The 2023 PFL regular season is currently underway. On April 7th, my next guest entered the PFL Smart Cage for the very first time when she fought Aspen Ladd, and she joins me here right now. She is my friend, Olena Kolesnyk. Olena, thank you for being here. It's a pleasure to see you.
Hi, thank you for invite.
Because you're somebody who's the underdog for every fight, and I know you're used to it. I know you don't give a shit. But for other people that are out there, like younger fighters that see that for the very first time, and they have the media talking shit, that there's people talking all kinds of noise that don't make sense to them. What would your advice be to another fighter like who's brand new that nobody's giving a chance to win? Like, what would you say? You're the most qualified person to say it. What would you say to somebody like that?
I will say what my mom would be proud for me to say. Fuck them all. Seriously. Fuck them all. No listen anyone. Dream, believe, have a faith, because nobody live your life. I received messages that, oh, we're going to fuck your mom and Putin going to destroy your country right before the fight. I received messages that I will be destroyed by this girl, blah, 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 blah. And I use it. People don't understand that I use this energy. I eat their energy. I don't care you love me or you like me. I don't care. The most important, you're definitely going to watch my fight. Because I put everything. I put my soul. I put my skills. And I'm not scared to die. And when I say it, it's not some words. When I say it, I'm seriously about it. I step into the cage and I take all responsibility for my life in my hands. So when I sit between the rounds, I don't have a doubts in my training. Every training I visit in gym, I know. So if you're not trained today, you will be punished in the fight later. So move your amazing Ukrainian butt and work hard, girl. Work hard, because as soon as the cage close, nobody save you. You know, nobody like make like this on your head and like say it all. And I'm with you. With you, everything will be good. No. Mm-mm. Like as soon as cage close, it's you and your opponent. That's all. And whatever people, whatever even crowd sometimes. Well, I was lucky. The husband slash coach of my opponent started yelling like, "Ooh!" I'm like, "Come on, man, grow up. It's not kindergarten." And then there was a lot of Ukrainians who was already drunk because they cannot wait for my fight. And I was scared more, not even about my fight. I was scared more that they make a fight outside, because I know my people. We're wild. We're wild. So, it was funny. It was funny because some of them fly from California to me. Some of them already here, and especially buy the ticket. The funny thing, PFL give a promo code, and I say them, guys, use the promo code. Okay, two
No one.
people, and I see in the crowd at least 10. I'm like, well, it was like, fuck it, Okay, I don't have a percent from the selling tickets from the fights, but I'm happy to see you guys there. This is the most important, to see my people, to speak my language, and the fate of the people there, the fate people at home, my parents, my people who I surround myself, coaches, it's amazing. I remember we warm up in the room before the fight, and Mark was my coach of boxing. Mark said like, "You need dance, girl. We make a hard job already. Dance. Remember who you are." And after with Mark, I definitely I start to remember that I'm not so bad.
You looked completely comfortable to me. I've never seen you more comfortable in the cage in any one of your performances. I've been watching you fight for a few years now, and that seemed to me to be like the most like confident version of you that I've ever seen, and the fastest version of you I've ever seen. I did not think you could move that
Well,
fast.
shout out to my Mark. Shout out to Marcos, seriously. Even, you know what's funny? Even in our preparation, it was a lot of mental work. I mean, don't get me wrong, Coach Dennis make a huge work for the year about defense from grappling. And you see in the third round, I defense from her real naked choke. So, but this confidence, this leg movement, this speed, it's a huge shout out to Coach Marcus. And of course, I'm always happy to have in my corner my friend Sirena from Invicta, you know. So, like, and you know, beside them, I have really special person who stuck in my heart, who texted me before the fight, and he like text me, speak with me, you know, call me from time to time, and he have a faith in me. So all of this, oh, I became red. all of this, you know, all of this put this fifth element together, and I make my performance.
Well, this performance was different than last season. We had to make the weight to featherweight, and you're very big,
Yeah,
you're very strong, you're very muscular. That's a very difficult cut for you to have to make, but you did it. And the thing that I wanted to see when you were like going into this fight, here was what I was concerned with. I was like, I wonder what her cardio will look like. I was like, that's what concerns me because she's big and I just want to see what that will look like because that's very, very difficult for somebody that muscular to make that cut. I know it is. And I've never seen you move that fast before. Your striking was on
I
point.
dance. I'm not move. I dance in this fight.
You looked great. I don't know how effective she was striking against you. Just looked like a lot of her strikes were just missing because you were so fast.
Thanks God to got this win. It's all about God. It's not me. It's not coaches. It's all about God. So he won. I win this fight, and we did it. And I pray every day before fight. I pray right before fight. I pray when I step into the cage, and it's happened. But again, I make a lot of changes in my preparation. Last at least 1 month, I didn't take any day off. Any day off. Sunday, I ran into the mountains. So, like, it was for my cardio. It was for my mental part. I take my clothes off. I cover myself with the snow. You know, mm, it was a lot of changes, and I'm proud of it. And you know, technically, we can finish her. Oh, Mark just texted me.
Okay.
Technically, so he feel.
Yep.
Technically, we can. Yeah, we can finish her earlier, but I think a lot of influence was of the fucking weight cut. That's why nowadays, again, Mark texted me. That's why nowadays I started to work with a nutritionist of UFC guys, and he just sent me the app where I need to register, and we start to work for weight cut for the upcoming fight in June. So imagine even after this weight cut, even after the circumstance behind the curtains, which I got, well, it was a lot of shit between you and me, and I won. So with a good nutritionist, with my addiction and my passion, I'm sure next fight will be much better. I'm sure about it.
I thought you had very effective striking. I thought you frustrated her over the course of the fight. Serena was in your corner for this, and over the course of the fight, I heard her saying a lot of things to you. She's a big part of your life. I know you train a lot with
Yeah.
her. I know that she knows you inside and out, and you know her inside and out. Did her being next to you, did having her in your corner, what was that experience like? I know it's happened before, but for this fight, knowing that Serena was there, like, can you tell me, like, what did that do for you over the course of the fight?
If Serena wasn't with me the fight week, I wouldn't win this fight. I wouldn't win this fight. Serena, listen, like in any relationship, In friendship, sometimes we have misunderstanding. That's true. Sometimes I want to kill her. Sometimes I'm annoying bitch. I know it about myself. My problem is I don't have a stop. If I want something, I push, 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 push. Sometimes I over push, and not too much people can figure out. But lucky for me, Siriana is such a smart person and such a smart friend. She know how to step back sometimes and give me the space and give me the pause. And she realized that me, no matter what happened in our life with her, not matter if we change our countries, no matter even I've say fuck you, like bitch, we're not friends anymore. If she needs my help, I will always take her back. I will never forget how she called me to Ukraine even before the war, and she asking how I am. I will never forget how she meet me from airport and pick me. I will never forget how much time she buy me food before the fight with Montez. Sirena is an important part of my life. And again, even sometimes we want to kill each other. No matter what happened in my life in the future, no matter if life separates us, if she ever asks my help, I will do everything for her.
There was like a certain energy that she brought to that corner. There's a lot of things that she said. And when you were like in between rounds, I know that you're getting instructions from a lot of different people. Like, what was kind of going on in your mind? Like, I looked at that fight, I'm watching it. Round one, that's clearly you. Round two, clearly you too. I thought you won both of those rounds convincingly. What
Yes.
adjustments did you have to make over the course of the fight? Because I always know that there are always adjustments. There's always things that you kind of have to do differently in between rounds. What were some of the things about that fight that Ladd showed you that you had to adjust to during the fight?
With coach Dennis Davis, we make a strategy how to fight with her. And this strategy is work out. And there is a couple mistakes which we're going to fix. I hope when he finally come back from Hawaii, now here in Bellator, we need to focus on the next opponent and totally focus on the next fight, because what make me different than other fighters, it's not one fight in the fucking year. I have a tournament, so it's different. I'm already have a contract, and everything depends from God and from our preparation. But we already have a contract for next 3 fights, you know, if not if, when we win from 1-1. So yeah, we make a strategy. He tell me what to do. I follow his notes. I follow what he said, and the technical part from defense, from the her grappling is workout. In the third round, I a little bit hesitated, and this is exactly when she shoot. And but I'm spoke already with my conditional coach, and I said, listen, for the next fight, I know I have a good cardio, but for the next fight, I want to breathe like a horse. For the next fight, I want to be even much better than I was in this fight. To tell you the truth, I never happy myself. This is a part of my personality. My main problem is I need to, not a problem, my main goal is to control this punishment of myself, you know, because I like to overtrain. I like to overwork. And this is a problem sometimes. I need to be stopped. As I told you last month, I don't even take any break. I train, you know. In Ukraine, my head coach, when we work with him, he control it. In USA, it's a little bit different. I need to control by myself, and you know, not excuses. But next time I will be a little bit more smarter with preparation for the fight.
Well, you looked amazing. I was very, very impressed by everything that you did. The only thing that surprised me was the scores at the end. I did not give Ladd a 10-8. I thought that was a little crazy. But you've been in this game long enough where like crazy shit happens sometimes, and nothing's going to surprise somebody like you. You've been around this sport for a very, very long time. When the scores are getting read, you seemed very stoic. Like you seemed like I couldn't read kind of like what you were thinking one way or the other. So I wanted to ask you that question. Like as the scores were being read, like in your heart, did you think that you had done enough? Because I certainly did.
No, no, I was sure I done enough to win the fight. When Alex Bakunin, I hope you spell his surname right, asked me, Olena, how you see you win the fight and how you see your uh, hands will in the fight. I said my hands will be raised up. So it's happened. And how I see the win the fight, I told him like, man, I don't care how, I just must win the fight, and I win the fight. And I win number 1 for 2. There is no any doubts about it. Number 3 for the 1 takedown. Okay, give her 1 points, but the best grappler of the tournament cannot choke the boxer. I mean, this boxer take part in the grappling tournaments. I don't have. Listen, I'm poor as mouse, so I borrow money to take part. I borrow money from Coach Jamie. I put in my post on social media, on Instagram. You can see. You can shout out to him. So he give me the money to take part in the grappling tournaments. Another black belt from Xtreme Couture. So I didn't see it, and I'm not watching my window, just thinking about life is unfair, blah, blah, blah. I don't have money for food sometimes. I don't have money for gasoline for trainings. No, I called to my conditional coach. I said, man, listen, I tell you the truth. Today I don't have money to get the training. No money for gasoline. Can you please pick me? And shout out to call my conditional coach. Olena, no discuss. I'm going to pick you. So, I mean, recently I have a conversation with one really, really wise man. And he said me some really funny words. You cannot eat steak every day. I said, listen, man, I'm such I like routine and I don't like changes in my life. So I try to say you next one. As soon as people who near me keep the same ambition, keep the same faith, keep the same passion as I am, I will never let them. The problem in the past with the coaches, with the team was next one. Like no matter what I follow, I'm addicted to be the world champion. I want to be the best. I want to be the best in everything. I want to be the best athlete. It's not only about MMA. I just want to be the best in the world, So, and about coming back to the steak, I can do the same thing every day, and it's not boring for me. It's not boring for me. The interview before our interview with you, man said, your life like look pretty boring. You study, you training, you not party, you're not gambling. But this is who am I? I mean, yeah, I'm pretty boring person. I like to study. I like to training. I like to spend time with people who I love. And again, I have really small circle of people who I love, honestly. I'm really picky. And this is who am I. I'm since childhood like that. I don't like the crowd. I don't like the party. And again, I can do the same thing every day by day by day, like a robot, I like routine, and I can stay. As I reply him, listen, I say, listen, I can eat steak every day. For now, I just cannot afford it. But as soon as I got money, trust me, honey, I will eat it every day.
Hey, and you know what? I think you've absolutely earned it. And, I wanted to, before I let you go, I wanted to just kind of simply run through the standings with you very briefly. And I'd just like to get your thoughts on just kind of where we stand at this point in the season. Lee Brock is number 1. Marina, I can't say her last name. I'm sorry. I just can't. I don't know how to say it.
And no,
She's number two. Pacheco three, Martins, and then there's you, and then even the girls that have lost, they're all good. Ladd, Sobek, Bud, Higashi, Gendrovia, like that class, all 10 of you, there's not a bad fighter in this bunch. And that's one of the things I wanted to say. Like Aspen Ladd's a very good fighter. Like, and you're also a very good fighter. And it was like one of the things I heard, it was like, oh my gosh, like just reading social media, oh my gosh, Aspen Ladd lost this fight. I'm just like, why are you guys so surprised? I was like, Olena is like a really good fighter. Like, that's a hard matchup for her. And she may not have said it. She may not have said it in any interview, but in her heart of hearts, when they're looking at the film, they're looking at somebody like you and seeing what you can do. You knew they knew that was a tough fight. They may not have said it, they may not have admitted it, but they knew like this girl has won three of her last four. She's a freaking dog. She's very powerful. She's not going to stop. She's going to be very aggressive. They knew that was going to be a tough fight. They may not have said it, they may not have admitted it, but they knew that. And that goes with the other gals that don't have any points right now. Bud's another one. Bud's very, very good. Jindrovia, she got knocked out in the first round, but she's still very, very talented. And I just kind of wanted to get your opinion. Like when you look at this top 10, like, what do you think about all these girls? Like, they're all freaking good as hell, in my opinion.
I think PFL gathered the best one in featherweight right now. And, no matter who I'm going to meet, as I told you before, and I replied, I don't see them. Who are they? For me, it's only targets. Listen, I'm more honest than all other these girls. I'm not going to be a friend, none of them. They all like try to get the place where I supposed to be. I want to be the best. So after the tournament, and if they retirement, I will be happy to be drink with you some tea or coffee,
Mm-hmm.
But during you in my weight class, during you sign to PFL, I will never be friends with you. And I think it's more honest than to be nice and make this picture together. No, honey, go fuck yourself. None of you are my friends. Speak when you retirement and when you stop the fighting, at least in my division, at least in my tournament, Then we will be communicate with you. So maybe. But I'm honest and I respect all of them. But I know I'm not supposed to be nice, none of them, because as soon as we step into the cage, the main goal to break somebody's nose and face. That's all.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I wanted to ask you one final question. Your next fight, I'm not going to ask you who you're fighting next because even if you did know, you couldn't tell me. So I'm not going to ask that.
Exactly.
But I will say for your next fight, for the people in Ukraine, for the people here in the States, like what do you want them to know before you enter the cage for the second time? Because you're getting ready to go here in another few weeks. It's not that far away. What do you want people to know? What can people expect when the cannon fights again?
I just want the people from the whole world to know that I won't stop. No matter who step against me, I won't stop. I will work harder from day after day. I take some days off. Now I'm totally in the fight camp. I come back. And again, no day off, girls. No day off. You sleep, I'm trained. You scare, I'm pray to my God. So you've gotten my side. No one save you.
Perfect. Well, Olena, I always love talking to you. You always keep it really real with me, and you're always super blunt, and I like that. I like how you don't cut through all the bullshit and you just tell me what's on your mind. I've always appreciated that about you in the years I've known you. I want to give you the final word. If there's anyone that you'd like to thank or anyone else that you would like to talk about back home, I'd love for you to do that before I let you go, my friend.
I want to thanks God for everything. I want to thank for my soldiers who protect my family and my country. I want a special thanks to my I want to call her friend Olga and Max. They support me before the fight. I want to say thank you to my friend Artyom. He support me either and he fly to my fight. And of course my teammate, not teammate, I'm sorry, my coaches, my Serena. Of course, with if race legendary Seth not buy these tickets for me in 2022, we're not with you right now. So God bless my godfather. And yeah, and thank you all, guys. Thank you all, USA. I have a lot of USA guys, fans right now. Thank you for support. Thank you for your messages. Appreciate and keep your eye on my fight. You know my rule: kill or be killed.
Well, Olena, thank you for spending your time with me. I appreciate the opportunity. I always love talking to you, and I look forward to having you back later on in the season, my friend.
Thank you.